Yo, you gave me so much meat to pull on there. Like, yo, that was dope. So I like the long note, and so I'm gonna back you up one more time, because me not originally being from Cali, the outside view of Cali is what LA and San Francisco, the city, right? So can you take a little time, because you mentioned not the schoolwork, but everything else. So can you mention, give a shout out to, or however, like describe the part of California that you grew up in?
Most definitely. So for the folks who have never been to California, not everyone's a surfer. Not everyone does yoga. You know what I'm saying? Like not everyone lives in San Francisco and Los Angeles. It's a big state. So from the tip of California all the way down to San Diego, it's probably like 16, 17-hour drive nonstop. You know what I'm saying? It's long. So I live as far north as you can get in California on the coast before you hit a state called Oregon. For those folks who've never heard of Oregon before. But now, man, it's this tiny town called Smith River, California. It's less than 1,000 people. Um, it's really sandwiched between the Pacific Ocean and the Redwood Forest.
Mhm.
And it's, yeah, man, it's where my parents ended up when they immigrated from Mexico. And I actually have a lot of family there. There's a lot of agricultural work. There's a lot of lumber mill work and fishing, a lot of like outdoor things, nature resources. Because really, man, Mother Nature there is like nothing that I've ever experienced anywhere. And I've been blessed enough to travel, and the Mother Nature up there is second to none. Anyways, yeah, man, Smith River is super small, which is a blessing and a curse. I've met some dope people. I have friends that I've known since I was 3 years old. Shout out to my compa Christian. He's been my best friend since I was 3. There's a bunch of people like that who I grew up with since kindergarten, first, second, third grade. We've been homies, and we're still homies to this day, right? But
Dope.
the curse of it is that it's so small that, first of all, everybody knows everybody's business, and secondly, it's so rural that it doesn't have access to a lot of resources. So for some folks,
Yes.
rural is like you're 30 minutes away from a big city. Nah, I'm talking about like the nearest Costco is 2 hours away, rural. Like one hospital within a like an hour radius type of rural. You know what I'm saying? Like we only have Walmart. Like we don't have computing. Like it's a different type of experience, man. It's a different type of rural than what people are used to.
Hmm.
And with that, it messes with students. It messes with people because I always had this saying, and I say it in jest, but it's true. Like there's nothing to do other than people and drugs. To be real with you,
Yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah.
near Humboldt. We're near Humboldt, so like cannabis is right there, but also the underbelly is like meth, crack, a lot of that stuff. That there isn't a lot of money, so there isn't a lot of year-round sports for people to do. So
Hmm.
really, the students, you can get caught up pretty quickly, and just have different pathways of life. So I say all of that because it's unfortunate, and that's where I'm from. Like I wouldn't have it any other way. Like I have a really amazing, crazy, loyal family and community that has supported me throughout the entire way. And I always try to shout out Smitty whenever I get on anything. I put it on my slides. I shout them out because it really is like it's rare to find people who are from such a small town, and you are able to have platforms to talk about it. Because there's other people who look like me who are also in small towns who are like you get caught up in the same poverty cycle. And it's great if you want to stay there. Like that's nothing against that, man. You do you, power and agency to yourself. But there's a difference
Sir.
between when you make a decision to stay than when the system makes a decision for you to stay. Now I feel like oftentimes people don't get that. So
Right.
all that to say, man, shout out to people in Sutter, California. That's where I'm from.
Man, I love it. I love it. I love it, man.